Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, August 6th, 2015. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The New Democratic Party, the NDP, and the visiting Garifuna group today signed what has been dubbed the Grenadine House Declaration of Intent Charter document. The move is being described as an active step towards reconnection between Garifunas around the world and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The signing ceremony took place at the NDP's headquarters in Kingstown, and the signatures affixed to the document are those of President of the party, Annie Mustas, Chairman of the NDP, Dr. Linton Lewis, and Dr. Wellington Ramos, along with Joseph Guerrero. According to the opposition leader, the charter document chronicles the Garifuna group's visit to SVG and also contains various paragraphs on the NDP's way forward on the issue of Garifunas. Mustas adds that he is proud of the draft charter, which guides his party's thoughts towards reconnection.
In the declaration, which will fall under the umbrella of honorary citizenship. And those are set out in what we just signed here now. Not everything, because we still have to work on some of the areas. But it's a first step, because when it is time now to all of us to look quietly at these documents and then expand. But we have to come up with something that will guide our thoughts and whatever arrangements we make going into the future. Something that is meaningful, everlasting, not long-lasting, everlasting.
Dr. Wellington Ramos of the United Garifuna Incorporated and Garifuna Nation says while they have signed the charter with the NDP, they are open to other political parties that wish to come on board. Ramos, however, accuses the ruling Unity Labour Party of being unwilling to have dialogue.
We are so proud that the NDP have committed themselves to reconnect. We have also committed ourselves to reconnect with them. We have a working document. We are going to continue working with each other. There will be steps and progresses. But we've got to be realistic. Nothing is going to happen if they lose the election, but that's not going to end the relationship, because this relationship is also open to the other political parties if they were to become the government of St. Vincent. He has already said he didn't answer the letter. He has already said he doesn't want to have anything to do with us because we are not legitimate. So as far as he is concerned, we are wasting our time. Yet, for 14 years, I haven't seen any document, any progress, while they engage in their futile exercises. No, let's do the math here. In May we met, we came to, you remember, we are doing a fact-finding mission. We have a document. Who is wasting their time? They've been in office for 14 years, and I haven't seen anything. If they have anything, bring it forward.
Bring it. Yeah.
Let us see it. This is an open dialogue here. We're not kids. You alone don't have intelligence. You don't own anything. You're taking away from us. This country belongs to our people, and we deserve everything that is in it. We're coming back.
The Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority, ECTEL, today launched the survey report on broadband usage in ECTEL member states and the annual electronic communications sector review for the period 2013-2014. Speaking at the launch, which was held at the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, the NTRC conference room, ECTEL's Finance and Economics Director, Cheryl Hector, says it is essential to see broadband as the new frontier for advancement, particularly in small developing countries. Hector adds that while natural resources are limited in the Caribbean, having broadband will ensure that the region competes more aggressively with developed states.
It's really an opportunity to help us to sort of level the playing field, to use that expression, and provide an opportunity for employment, opportunities for investment, and an opportunity for economic development in the region. But for us to benefit from broadband, people have to be able to access it. And what we know is that for you to access it, it has to be available and it also has to be affordable. And one of the things that three main areas that we tried to take a look at when we did the broadband survey was what's the level of availability of broadband in the 5 ECTEL member states, And the member states that we are looking at would be Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These are the 5 states that signed the ECTEL treaty.
Hector says the findings show that while there is broadband availability in all 5 ECTEL countries, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, broadband is most affordable in Grenada and St. Kitts and Nevis.
But we believe it's fairly widely available and being offered either via fixed means or via mobile service. In terms of affordability, that is where we have a bit of a challenge. Affordability is dependent on the price of the service, but also the price in relation to a person's income, because it's not just looking at the price, but is it affordable to that person based on the income that they're receiving. And the Broadband Commission for Development, which is sanctioned by the ITU and the UN, they have determined a goal of 5% of your gross national income per capita as a good indicator as to whether or not broadband is available and is affordable for that particular country. And unfortunately, among the 5 ECTEL member states, only Grenada and St. Kitts so far have met that affordability target, which means that in Grenada and in St. Kitts, the price at which fixed broadband service is offered to customers is less than 5% of the GNI per capita.
Meanwhile, Director of the NTRC, Apollo Knight, says the results of the ECTEL survey is similar to recent research conducted by his organization, which also found that 60% of homes did not have broadband connection. Knights, however, adds that the NTRC is working to ensure that more homes have internet connection, as it is viewed as a right in several countries.
Which means there are 60% of households that do not have broadband connections. And that's a really troubling fact. And if you put it in the context, is if you could imagine 60% of our households without water or electricity at this time, if that was to happen, was mostly because of some disaster. And you'll see a lot of resources being put to change that back in a quick time. So you'll see it's something like that address both at national and regional level to fix that back. Currently those figures are in the 90s now, water and electricity. And we see broadband as something, as much as a utility. In some countries they say there's a right.
The NTRC director announced that there is a draft policy document to guarantee broadband adoption increases from the community to national level.
And over the last year, we in St. Vincent NTRC, we have developed a draft broadband plan, national broadband plan, which we have sent to the Ministry of Telecom, because that's something, the policy document more or less, we draft right in a draft form. And I think they plan to have some town hall sessions in it to meet with stakeholders, the public, to go over it and to get their input as well before they take it to cabinet for possible adoption and implementation. And more or less, this plan will more or less look at how things are currently and where the country, the government want to take it in terms of broadband, what they want to do, how they're going to get it done.
A total of 17 Vincentians will soon travel to Taiwan to pursue undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. A ceremony was earlier today held at the National Public Library in Kingstown to present official documents to the scholarship recipients. Taiwanese Ambassador Bo Shun-ger, in his address, told the scholarship holders that they earned the scholarships out of more than 80 applications his embassy received for 2015, based on their outstanding academic achievements.
Note that we have 4 more recipients this year from St. Vincent and Grenadines with compared with the figure of last year. So they know what I mean. The budget for scholarships over the last few years is pretty much fixed. So when we have 4 more from St. Vincent and Grenadines, that means less for other countries, 4 less for other countries. So as a whole, you performed very well this year. So congratulations for that. Since 2004, the government of Republic of Taiwan has provided 2 scholarships, namely Taiwan MOBA scholarships and Taiwan ICDF scholarships, to encourage talented young Vincentians to join the youth from other countries to study in Taiwan. for their bachelor's, master's, or even PhD degrees.
Gur says his government is extremely pleased to be able to help the young people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines achieve their dream for higher education.
This year, the 17 recipients will go to Taiwan to pursue their bachelor's or master's degree in tourism management, different engineering programs, medicine, public health, computer science, tropical agriculture, medical laboratory science, environmental science, and journalism. Over the past 10 years, the 2 scholarships programs have benefited more than 100 institutions. We are especially happy to see that many scholarship recipients have returned back to this country to serve in government, in schools, in hospitals, in private sector. They are contributing to the country with what they have learned from Taiwan. And some of them are here with us today.
Meanwhile, this country's Minister of Education, Gerlin Miguel, challenged the students to adjust themselves, and not only to the culture, but in every way possible, so as to maximize the benefits to be had in Taiwan.
Keep in mind, with whatever your school has told you to do, please try to do it. I want you also to remember that you are coming from a country in which education is one of our major planks for development. I want you to remember that we are trying to give you the skills, trying to help you to develop the skills, the attitudes that you must have to be successful. I want you to remember that it is only you who can make that big difference in your life, apart from your teachers.
And Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gansab expressed much thanks to the government and people of Taiwan for their commitment toward the educational development of the people of SVG.
We have 50 students in the Republic of China and Taiwan, and we have 17 of you now going. That's a big number, 67, from a small country like St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you go into the University of the West Indies and you have to do a 5-year program in medicine, your MBBS, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, to become a doctor, assuming you have your A-levels and you're going directly. It costs roughly 100,000 EC dollars a year. I want that number to sink in. First, to educate a student at the University of the West Indies, we have to spend on a scholarship roughly $500,000, $500,000.
Parents and guardians here are being told that during summer vacations, children are at risk of losing months of academic skills and knowledge on areas such as math, science, reading, and particularly language, and having their children involved in a little academic activity can help to retain such knowledge. Julian Lewis, educator and founder of the Summer Crash Academy program, says a common finding across numerous studies is that on average, students score lower on standardized tests at the end of the summer than they do at the beginning of summer on the same tests. Lewis adds that summer loss for all students is estimated to be equal to about 1 month, but varies across different subjects. Lewis says the Crash Summer program, which takes place at the Chumaka, Ontario Secondary School, is designed to help students maintain the valuable skills and knowledge learned at school.
I want to get them registered as soon as possible so that they are there for everything from beginning to end. So registration is taking place. Come, get your child registered, come find out what we're offering, find out all the things they're going to be involved in. We even have a sporting program, so it's not just sitting down and learning the art and craft or the reading. There's going to be exercising taking place, and we're providing them with their lunch. So you don't have to stress. Get them to us, and we will put them in a van and get them back home safely to you. The program is for children from 7 to 12. If you have a child that is going to grade 2 but they are not 7 as yet, we will accommodate you. So we are here. Come. All of our all of the persons in the program, a majority of them are teachers. They teach at the Chimoka Secondary School. They have been in the classroom before. It's persons, your children, no, they will be safe in our hands.
A two-day stakeholders validation workshop is currently being held here in an effort to improve the capacity of this country's agriculture sector. The workshop, which commenced today, will run through tomorrow and is being held at the National Insurance Services Training Room. The workshop is focused on the value chain analysis for fruits and vegetables and livestock in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and is financed and facilitated by the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, in collaboration with the Banana Accompanying Measures, BAM. BAM's coordinator, Patrick Martin, says the coming of an abattoir or slaughterhouse and new poultry processing facilities could help to ensure that SVG makes significant progress in the agriculture sector.
How much of that $40 million worth of meat and meat product inputs can we attack? Because as I said earlier, one of the objectives of this program is to reduce the food import bill. By how much could we reduce that $40 million? That's a big number. 1 million, 2 million, 4 million, 10%. So that gives you an idea of the scale of the opportunity that is there for application of the new abattoir and the new poultry processing facility which will come on stream.
Martin adds that he is astonished by the Eastern Caribbean food import bill of US $487 million and CARICOM's, which stands at US $4 billion. He says such high import bills affect the local and regional agricultural sectors.
This BAM finance program is going to make these facilities available. We are going to facilitate as far as possible the private sector and the application of these facilities. And it is my hope that St. Vincent, having such a strong track record in agriculture production, will be able to make inroads into all these import figures which I just mentioned. And notice we haven't even mentioned the US market or the UK market yet.
Over a dozen Vincentians will later this month travel to Haiti to be a part of CARIFESTA 2015. While speaking in Parliament yesterday, this country's Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture, Cecil Mackey, says the culture and talent here are viable export products, which should be promoted. Mackey adds that the reigning senior panorama champs, the Starlift Steel Orchestra, has left the country to compete in the first ever international panorama competition in Trinidad and Tobago.
That we are not only the hottest, but also the safest carnival in the Caribbean. Mr. Speaker, as a result of the outstanding performances for 2015, we have been able to assist the Starlift Steel Orchestra, and they are currently in Trinidad and Tobago, to participate in the first international panorama competition. And we want to wish them all every success as they participate in that competition. In fact, we all recall the breathtaking performance of Starlift in this year's panorama competition.
The Tourism and Culture Minister also spoke about the plans in place for the Vincentians that will participate in CARIFESTA later this month in Haiti. Mackey adds that SVG has a quality brand that would continue to attract visitors to these shores.
We have also seen a number of our top artists travel regionally and internationally to participate in different events throughout the length and breadth of the world. In fact, a number of the artists, they have been included in the 13-member contingent that will travel to Haiti in the next couple weeks, at the end of this month actually, to participate in this year's CARIFESTA program in Haiti. Mr. Speaker, we also have a number of our mass makers, producers, participating in carnivals regionally and internationally. So we continue to export our artists at various levels to the world.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is celebrated annually in October, and as the month quickly approaches, locals have been reminded that breast cancer is one of the top causes of death among Vincentian women. President of the SVG Medical Association, Dr. Rosalind Ambrose, today told SVG-TV News that statistics show that everyone in 10 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. Dr. Ambrose is also urging the Vincentian public to support the affected women here by participating in the various activities that the association will be hosting throughout the year.
We shall continue to have our historical Pink Cap City Walk, where the association will sell special pink caps and t-shirts for our patrons to walk from Heritage Square through City Kingstown back to Heritage Square, and this is really to help us to raise public awareness about breast cancer. Along the route, we will typically hand out some public information, patient information, how to examine your breast, information about breast cancer, because this is one of the top conditions that women die of in St. Vincent and Grenadines, like so many other places in the world. We have a relatively high incidence, and so we think we need to continue to drive public awareness about breast cancer.
Dr. Ambrose says both women and men deserve a greater chance at survival, and adds that men too are at risk of being diagnosed with breast cancer. She further encourages Vincentians to take responsibility for their health and to immediately seek medical attention upon noticing anything unusual in the breast.
Males, it's a low rate, but it does occur. And over the years, we have seen men with breast cancer. Unfortunately, like it is in women, some of them have died because it can be fairly aggressive. Also, which is an unfortunate incidence, is that when breast cancer occurs in a younger woman, someone under 40, it tends to be much more aggressive disease than it is for an older woman in her 60s or 70s or 80s. And so this is why you realize, okay, so you're 40, 42, that's a good prime of your life, and so women deserve a better survival rate, a better survival chance. And so this is why we want to bring home the message of people being aware of it, knowing how to be examined for it, knowing how to follow through on treatment issues and stuff like that.
Additionally, Treasurer of the SVG Medical Association, Shannon Durant Samuel, says that this year the association has something new planned along with regular events aimed at raising funds for women of St. Vincent and the Grenadines living with breast cancer.
This year we are very excited with the activities that we have planned, and on the 2nd of October we're going to have our usual annual Pink Day in Kingstown. We usually ask business houses to put their showcases in pink, and we have a little competition that we run to see how creative that our business folks can get. On that 2nd day of October, we are going to have all things pink being sold under the Singer Gallery, and all these things pink, we are hoping to get our pink caps out, our t-shirts. We have little trinkets like pink lapel pins for your shirts, bracelets, dog tags that the younger folks prefer to use. We are very excited, and we're hoping that we'll get the support of the public. This year we have a big, brand new, exciting addition to a walk where the Mustique Airways have joined with us with a great project where we have a brand new Hyundai Tucson vehicle that we are raffling. And on that Pink Cap City walk, we are going to draw for the winner of that vehicle. Now, if you don't want the vehicle and you are the winner, then you are going to have the opportunity to get $25,000 US. So it's win-win.
2 men of Union Island were yesterday charged with the murder of Allington Kane, a security guard of Byra and Ashton, Union Island. Daryl Small, 26 years, and Cameron Craig, 20 years, both laborers of Ashton, Union Island, were arrested and charged jointly with causing the death of Kane, aged 29. The incident occurred at Clifton, Union Island on Saturday, August 1st, 2015. The accused men appeared at the Kingston Magistrates Court yesterday and were remanded in custody. The next court hearing is scheduled for September 4th, 2015 at the Serious Offences Court in Kingstown. A postmortem examination carried on the body of the deceased on August 4th showed that he died as a result of a blunt trauma to the head. Kane's death is recorded as a 15th homicide for the year.